Alright guys, today we're in Kanchanaburi, Thailand. We're up here at Sayok Noi, the little waterfall. And we're going to go from here, we're going to explore some of the area around Kenchanaburi, inside the city and outside the city. And we're going to see what all we see. So let me show you around. The eastern line. So right here is the end of the line. It's at Namtok Sayok Noi, which is, Namtok is the waterfall and Sayok is the name and Noi is like the little one. There's another Namtok Sayok and it's further up the road, but we're not going to go to it today. So what I like about this waterfall is that it's free. So the Thais come here. So this is like a hangout for families and the whole thing. All your friends, family show up and everybody goes out and they enjoy the water. The pay ones, like Sayok or Erawan, you don't get the same feel. So like, you know, those, it's mostly tourists and all of that, and just doesn't feel as much fun. So this is how the Thais go, and the Thais love to go play in the water. They love to go to the beach. They love to go to the waterfalls. They love to do all of this stuff. So you can take the train up here, or you can take a van, or if you rent a motorcycle, really easy to get to from Kanchanaburi. It's about 35 kilometers or so, and this is just off of the main road, and you're still in the jungle, so quite easy to get here. And then all through the trees, the water's flowing, and then you can see the bamboo, some of the kids that have been swimming. So here is the waterfall. And it's Noi, so it's the little one. Everybody down at the pool at the base. And of course it's Thailand, so near the waterfall, they sell all the flotation devices, sell swimsuits, anything that you may need. So you can get in here, just do some wading, some splashing. And you can order food while you're sitting out here. So if you wanted to, there's people that sell food, you just tell them what you want and they'll bring it to you while you're relaxing by the waterfall. Everybody's sitting down amongst the trees. So right here next to the waterfall, all the vendors selling everything. Selling snacks, selling clothes, sunglasses, anything that you might need out here. Anytime there's a grouping of people in Thailand, generally there'll be a few vendors that show up and start selling food or knickknacks. Some of the boys are gonna do some sliding. Great fun for the kids. All right, so we stopped for some lunch. Got some Kenchanaburi, which is like the belly fat pork with vegetables. And then the old basic kai chiao with some musap, which is like the minced pork. So we'll eat this up and get back out and do some more exploring. All right, so driving along here, and we see a ceremony for the young monks that are getting ready to go off and shave their heads and go and be monks at the temple. So the novices are going to do some stuff here. So everybody's singing and dancing and celebrating. So let's see what they're doing. So they're right out in the road. This is a main highway, but they're all out here dancing. boys have their heads shaved. whole community comes out. Swaddy Cop. So it's also Thailand, so not to oh, Swaddy Cop. Elena? So they got a food vendor here that's right along the side where everybody's out here singing and dancing. So very funny. Just going on right here alongside the road. Just going right on by. Drinking some beer. Yeah, so they got me with the powder on the face. You guys are just out having a whole lot of fun. So the young boys, when they go off to the temple, they're just celebrating, and they'll shave his head, shave his eyebrows, and then he'll go and become a novice monk. And it used to be custom for all the men in Thailand to become monks. Now it's kind of like one of a generation will go, so the practice has really declined. And here they are, got their truck. Have to watch out because traffic is just going right on by. Hello, hello! Hello! Kids having a good time. And here they go. Bye bye, guys. Trying to get me to drink some beer. Alright, so that was random. Alright, so we'll keep on going. That was fun. And so here we are in front of a big field of what you call the tapioca. I guess the real name of it is cassava, but I always just think of it as tapioca. So let's take a look and let's see what they look like. So this is what they look like. So when you see them from afar, it kind of looks like a field full of gigantic cannabis plants. But the stems, they get a little bigger. These are pretty young, but what they do is they harvest the roots. So it's like a tuber, and they cut off, when they want to harvest it, They cut it off here, and then they can pull it out, and then they can get the roots. And then they have to process them within like 3 or 4 days of being out of the ground, or else the bacteria starts attacking them. So then they dry them and process them out. So this is what makes the tapioca, and you can see a little bit of the roots over there. So there's some of the roots, and these will make like 4 to 6 of the tuber roots, and they need to process them within like a year of being planted. After that, they get kind of spindly. So this is a whole big field of it. Kind of cool, not something that you see if you're from where I'm from. And they just harvest the root. And you can, like, if you do it, oh, here we go. Here's a little better look. So here's the roots growing right here. And whenever they, like, if you cook it, you can cook it as like a potato, and it's almost all carbohydrate. So you boil it, and then you drain the water off, because the water will have some toxins in it. And then they can also eat the leaves. So if you boil the water or boil the leaves, then you can eat that kind of like you would broccoli. And again, you discard the water because it'll have a little bit of toxins in it you don't want to eat. All right, so this is something I wanted to show you. It's a little different than you normally see. Anyway, this is a graveyard. And what it is it's for the Chinese Thai. So all through here, you see these little mounds of dirt, and they will have a whole family burial plot here. Now, to the Chinese Thai, it's very lucky. It's in a fantastic spot. You see the hills, and on the other side is the river. So it's really, really good fortune if you can have a burial site that is near water and near the hill. Now, what they do is, there's another part of this, is they have this that's set up for like grandma and grandpa. So you bury grandma and grandpa here, and what that does is it sends a message to like the other world and lets grandma and grandpa know that you're taking care of them, and they're going to bless your business. So the grandkids will have like a really prosperous business if you can take care of them like this. And as you can see, they got the Chinese writing, and it's all through here. Just really amazing. And then you see some that are just really massive. So up there by the hill itself is just a gigantic burial plot. So they must be some really well-off people here. And this is all along the little river road. So you'll go through, there'll be some trees, and then there'll be like another little graveyard. And they're extending some of the plots here. And it goes all the way over there to that other hill. And there'll be some that'll have like a little Buddhist chetty, and others will be pretty much all like Chinese style. And you can see here that they're building this one. So they have the mound of dirt, and then they'll smooth that out. And they've been out here painting. So here you can see they have a picture of grandma, and then they got a picture of grandpa over on the other side. So the family is taking care of them. So driving along, saw this temple right here. It has the name on the hill. I think it's like Wat Tao Khao Lam. So they're building a massive Buddha right next to the mountain. It's kind of cool. I can't quite see. The sun has just went down. Just want to see the red sun right there next to it. So this temple will be under construction for a couple years. It'll be cool to come back to when it's done, and then you can climb up to the top of the Buddha statue there. Something to keep in mind for the next trip to Kanchanaburi. All right, so here you have a monument to King Rama III. Now this used to be part of the old fort, And it was, I guess, about 280 meters by 410 meters. So they have this wall that they had constructed, and now it's just kind of here for traffic to go through. And it supposedly had like 4 guard posts on the top, and it was all out facing the river. So any enemy would come from the river probably, since the jungle surrounded everything. So here is the Kanchanaburi province governor's house. Looks kind of abandoned though. There's a lot of leaves. Maybe they're not keeping it up very well. But there's this house. Nice old style Thai place. And since it's Thailand, it's Thai law, you have to have some chickens running about. So here's his chickens. So you got a fresh supply of roasted chicken and eggs. It's right over by the city wall, the old fort wall. All right, so the clock tower right here, kind of in the middle of Kenchanaburi. And if you notice, the 9 is different. That's because it's in respect for King Rama 9. But a busy road. There's a bunch of food vendors over next to it. All right, so we're going to close up our tour of Kanchanaburi and the surrounding area right here in front of the city pillar. So there was a ceremony in 1831 whenever they set like the cornerstone of the city, and they had a ceremony. So that is what this is. This is the pillar of Kanchanaburi city. So anyway, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you click like, and if you're not subscribed already to my channel, hit subscribe. And if you want to leave me a comment down below. Tell me what you thought about the area that we saw. And as always, guys, remember, life is a journey. Enjoy.